Hello, world.
And we're locked in. Myself, Max Van Auken, Dave the Wave right next to me. You almost didn't say hello, world. What's going on with you today?
Because I'm still so excited for my picks of last week, guys. This is NFL Locked In Picks Week 9. But if you have followed the show, my picks last week of Week 8, I don't want to brag, but I want to talk about how amazing I was. 13 out of 14. It's never happened. It will never be done. 4 picks that Max and I disagreed on. I got most of all of those right. Okay, I'm done. I'm done bragging.
No, it's good.
Okay,
because...
real quick, I got to brag about it. Okay.
No, it's good because past couple of weeks I was on fire. Then we kind of alternated. And then, this week I shouldn't have went with the Giants. I just, they're my team. I'm like, you know what? They can win one game. I think they could do it. Even though the Redskins were on fire, that was poor judgment on my part. I'm sorry if you bet your savings on it. And then I also shouldn't have betted on going against Deshaun Watson with the Dolphins. That was just my mistake. The other 2 games I can own up. Those other 2 were my mistake.
Hey, no, Deshaun Watson, the Texans have won 5 straight. There's been a couple trades in the league as well, so we'll get to it when we'll get to the teams. All right, guys, Week 9 NFL picks. Big week in the NFL season. It's one of those things we're getting almost to the halfway point, and teams are starting to take off and starting to get playoff position, and teams are starting to almost tank and worry about the draft. It's a great time of the year. Happy Halloween, everyone. All right, here we go. Max, you ready?
Yes, sir.
First game, Thursday night, Fox. We have the Raiders, the lonely Raiders, John Gruden and the Raiders, against the San Francisco 49ers without Jimmy G.
Are you taking this one?
Yeah, I'll take this one first.
Okay.
Jimmy G is hurt. It's done a big disservice to the Niners because maybe they could have really went further and even try to go for the playoffs this season. But in the long run, it's going to be a blessing in disguise. They're going to get good draft picks. The rest of the team is playing great. And when Jimmy G gets back, they're going to excel and be a playoff team next year. I'm going with a positive mojo with the 49ers. They will win. They're at home. They will beat the Raiders.
This was a tougher one, although it's like a game I care about. I don't really want to see them. It's a tougher one because of how bad both teams are right now. I'm in agreement with you because they are at home and because I feel like the Raiders, they may not say they're tanking, but in a way, I just feel like this season has just messed up the locker room for them. And after everything that's happened with Khalil Mack and now just trading more players, I think pretty much Derek Carr seems a little uneasy at times. I think the Raiders are kind of downhill for the season. I can't bet with the Raiders anymore. In agreement, the 49ers.
All right, let's keep it going. Chicago Bears at my Buffalo Bills. Max, take it away.
All right, this is almost a 100% locked in, but it will not be my 100% locked in. I'm going with Chicago over the Bills. Dave, they don't have Josh Allen right now.
Correct.
So it's like even with Josh Allen, I probably would still go with the Bears, but given that they don't have Josh Allen, it's even more so the Chicago Bears with this one.
Totally agree. Josh Allen, remember he beat Minnesota early in the season, and I don't know if he is 100% the franchise quarterback, but he does show a glimpse of brilliance. He had some really good games, some really good moments. So if they had Josh Allen, you would think about it because they are at home, but they don't. Chicago's really good. Chicago will win this game.
Okay.
Next on the list, NFC South matchup. Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Buccaneers. Yes, you heard that correctly. Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Buccaneers. Jameis is benched. They're going to Carolina. Carolina Panthers at home. I'm going with the Panthers. Not a lot to say. Panthers are better and at home. Cam Newton's playing great.
I'm in agreement again. Like you just said, the Panthers and Cam Newton. Cam Newton's becoming more efficient than ever. And at home, they're the better team than the Buccaneers. Don't overthink it. I am going with the Panthers.
All right, so far 3 for 3. Maybe we can go all 14 for 14, Max.
We'll see.
All right, this is my 100% locked-in pick.
Me too.
Okay, it's the Chiefs versus the Browns. The Browns fire their coach, their offensive coordinator, their massage therapist, their Gatorade guy. They fired everyone. The Chiefs.
You're going to the Browns, right?
Patrick Mahomes, the MVP maybe of the season, KC and the AFC, they win this game easily, 35-10.
100% in agreement. It's my 100% locked in. Bet your 401k. Patrick Mahomes, the MVP. You don't really need a big explanation for it. They're the better team.
Okay, here we go. Let's keep it going in the AFC. This is an AFC East matchup. The New York Jets, Sam Darnold, flies down to Miami and play the Miami Dolphins. Max, take this game away first.
I am going with Sam Darnold and the Jets. I think they win on the road. Dolphins are coming off a loss, and they're at home, so kind of what we always go to and refer to is after a tough loss or a high win, you usually bet with that team. But I think Sam Darnold can overcome it because he's coming off a couple losses too, so he has a chip on his shoulder. I'm going with the Jets.
100% agree. I thought this was going to be a game that we wouldn't think, and I've been trying to teach you about the schedule, but I'm reverse psychologying it. I think that made sense. I got the Jets and Sam Darnold. It's just that blunt. I think he is the best quarterback in this game, and he's lost a couple in a row, so I think he's due for a comeback, a 300-yard, 2-3 touchdown game. I got the Jets beating the Dolphins 21-20.
Okay, next we have Baltimore against Pittsburgh, and now this one, the Ravens are at home.
Wow, this could be the game of the week. This is one of the biggest rivals in the NFL. Max, AFC North matchup. Great game, great matchup. Who do you got?
We discussed this a little earlier, and I think both you and I are on the same page. It can go either way because of how big of these rivalries are between these two teams. If you say Pittsburgh, it's kind of like I understand where you're coming from, and I don't think you're necessarily 100% wrong, but I'm going with the Ravens at home after a tough loss. And like we've been saying all year, they always play up to their competition to these big games. Their defense is legit. I go with the Ravens at home.
I agree. I almost went with the Steelers, but the Ravens lost to the Saints, who I think are the best team in the NFL. We'll get to that later. They lost by 1, and then they lost to the game at the Carolina Panthers. And, guys, Carolina's won 8 out of 9 home games, so that's not a bad loss either. So this is a comeback game. This is a payback game at home against a divisional rival, like I think a top 3 rival in the NFL, Steelers-Ravens. Ravens win this game 24-20.
Okay, next we have the Vikings after a loss against the Detroit Lions.
Breaking news, though, Max. Let me cut in. Breaking news. Golden Tate from the Detroit Lions just got traded to Philadelphia Eagles. Breaking news.
So that being said, I think we're on the same page here, too.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Vikings. There we go. 100% agreement so far in every single game. The Vikings at home. They've been a little on a rough streak. But after a tough loss, I think they bounce back at home. Like you said, the Lions losing a key piece. Vikings right there.
Here we go. Okay, another NFC matchup. Maybe two teams, the records are flipped what people thought going into the season. Atlanta's the under 500 team, and Washington's leading their division at 5-2. Big game. Max, take this away first. Falcons or the Washington Redskins?
I like the wave that the Redskins are on right now. Kind of just stealing that right there. Dave the Wave. I like the wave that they're on right now. You see that?
Wordplay, I think. That's why you make the big bucks, buddy.
Yeah. I think the Redskins take this at home. Matt Ryan is a great quarterback. Well, I'm throwing around great a little too much. Maybe not a great quarterback. He's a good quarterback. MVP type of quarterback. But I don't think he beats the Redskins at home right now. I think the Redskins' momentum is upward, and I think the Falcons' momentum is a little downward. Going with the Redskins.
Okay. The Falcons were on bye last week, and I really thought about this, but in the locked-in community, I said they're going to win the NFC East. I've been telling friends and family about it, so I got to put my money where my mouth is. I think that's the expression. Washington wins this game. This is going to be a good game, though, guys. Atlanta's had 2 weeks to prepare, and they're going to be ready because they need a win. They know if they want to be around in the postseason, they got to get this W. So this is a really good football game. Washington at home comes back down by 10 in the fourth quarter to win this game. Washington Redskins 27-24.
All right, what do we have next? So far, we're in agreement on every single game.
Every game. I love it. This is a good one, guys. The Houston Texans 5-game win streak. Deshaun Watson at quarterback goes to the Mile High City to the Denver Broncos. Trade alert. Demaryius Thomas went from Denver to the Texans.
Do you want the floor on this one?
I do. Deshaun Watson and the Texans win their 6th straight game. Deshaun Watson pushing for an MVP caliber end of the season. I got the Texans winning.
In agreement. I'm done betting against my guy, Deshaun Watson. I've done it once. I've done it twice. I'm not betting against Deshaun Watson again.
Hey, there you go. That's being smart, Max. I like it, being smart. Okay. This is, I think, the most underrated, best game of the whole schedule. Yeah, we got my Chargers AFC Championship squad going against the Seahawks in in Seattle. Whoa, hiccup there. Max, who do you got?
This is a tough one because I like Russell Wilson at home with the Seahawks. They're starting to show a little momentum. I didn't see that coming with them. But you've been on the money with this. You've been locked in. I'm going to go with the Chargers on the road. I think they're just a better team, better overall unit.
Okay, they are a better team. Our first disagreement of the week. I love it. Sorry about the hiccups, guys. Seattle's awesome. They're at home. They're playing great football. They will run the ball down the Chargers' throat.
Yeah.
Good game, though. 27-24, 30-27 in that range. Seahawks win. First disagreement of the day.
You good over here? You need some water or something?
Oh, my gosh. I got the hiccups. Stop drinking beer at 3 in the afternoon.
No, but you make really good points. I could see the Seahawks winning at home with a little upset.
And I love the Chargers. You know this.
No, that's a good call. All right, the Rams versus your Saints at home. The Saints are actually the favorite going into this game, so who do you have?
A 1.5-point favorite. This is a locked-in NFC playoff game. Could be the NFC championship game.
Yeah.
These two teams are maybe the best in football. The Rams undefeated, snuck out a win against Aaron Rodgers last week. The Saints are my Super Bowl prediction team. I got the Saints. I'm going with them. Every team loses. There's only 2 teams that's ever been undefeated throughout the whole season, and I got the Saints, guys. They will win this game in big fashion. 35-24, Saints win.
All right, I'm actually in an agreement as well because it's at home. They are a favorite, and usually Vegas knows what they're talking about, so you have to start to look at it. The Packers almost beat the Rams, and if they executed down the field and late in the game, they could have won that game. So that being said, I think the Rams it's kind of a wake-up call, but I think the Saints could kind of see what the Packers did and exploit some of those weaknesses and just execute better. So I have the Saints at home, giving the Rams the first loss.
Wow. Cuzzo, in 1 week, a Halloween episode, an NBA breakdown, MMA, UFC 230, and now we're getting locked in football. Cuzzo,
we do it all.
The best podcast in the business. Locked in. Download and subscribe.
Oh, good. That's a good plug right there. Download, subscribe, all podcast platforms. We do this every week, every Thursday, our locked-in picks. And we've been on the money. As of recently, Dave has been on fire, so let's see if we can keep it up. We only have one disagreement so far, the Chargers and the Seahawks. I thought you would have said the Chargers, too. That's what's funny.
I almost did, and you know I'm a big Chargers fan, but I like the Seahawks at home.
Okay, here we go. The Patriots versus the Packers. This is a tough game between the Patriots and the Packers because the Packers obviously coming off a tough loss against the Rams, and we've been saying it all year. After a tough loss or a high win, you usually go for that team. And I just don't know. There's just the Patriots seem to be on fire. They seem to be clicking. And going into this season, you're like, this may be the year where the dynasty ends, but it seems like they're picking up right where they left off last year, and they're building on it. So I think the Patriots at home, Tom Brady, they understand how big of a game this is. And they just played – who did they actually just play?
Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football. They've won 5 straight games.
Yeah, and I'm no disrespect to your Bills, but I'm pretty sure they have the Packers in the back of their mind when they're playing the Bills.
That's so disrespectful.
Come on now. We know it's true. So I think going into this, they're prepared. I'm going to go with Tom Brady at home. They're the team on fire right now. I'm going to go with Tom.
Yeah, and this is the Sunday Night Football game. Great call by you, Max. And this is one of the games, you haven't even mentioned it, Michael Jordan was the commercial for this game.
Yeah. And
it was about him and LeBron, about the GOAT, the debate. Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, the 2 best quarterbacks in the world. Could go down as the 2 best quarterbacks ever. They really are amazing, all-time great quarterbacks. This game, just don't even worry about the picks. Don't bet on it. Just watch this game and enjoy greatness. Patriots win at home in Foxborough, Sunday Night Football. They win it.
Yeah, in agreement. Now, I was talking to my friend Rob about it. Is Jordan technically taking a shot at LeBron? Because he was like, when they wear the same number. And LeBron wears Michael Jordan's number. So
it was like supposed to be funny. Like they were trying to jab back and forth. Like little baby shots, but then it's like everyone thinks they're talking Jordan and LeBron, but it was Aaron Rodgers and Brady.
Okay.
It was cool. It was fun. I loved it.
So far, we only have one disagreement. I have the Chargers. You have the Seahawks.
We do. And also, we got to talk about our newest sponsor to the podcast, Magna Loops.
The best. It's convenient. It's such a brilliant idea to have something to wrap up cables. It's 2 magnetic pieces that can just hold wires. They even bag up chips. It's so useful in everyday life.
Definitely check them out, guys. MagnaLoops.com. Also on Facebook. You can buy 2 for $12.95. They will ship to you for free anywhere in America.
All right, Dave, the floor is yours. The Titans versus the Cowboys at Dallas.
Monday Night Football, really good game. 2 teams that are on that borderline of the playoffs, Titans or Cowboys. It's Monday night. It's in Dallas. I'm going to pick them. They had a bye last week. I think the fans will be pumped. Dak Prescott gets this W. Cowboys win.
In agreement, at home. Dallas at home. Like you said, big stage, the biggest brand in the NFL. And going with the Cowboys as well. So we only had one disagreement so far this whole week.
We did, and that's a pick'em game. I'm a diehard Chargers fan this year. They're going to win the AFC, and I'm going to get them just this 1 week. And I think you are like, yeah, I can see the Seahawks winning. So it's a 50-50 game. I'm happy we have at least one. So when I win, I can brag the whole week.
There you go. But, guys, when we're in agreement, our percentage is through the roof. So make sure if this is a week you want to bet, go ahead because Dave and I are in agreement this week, locked in on all podcast platforms. Thank you to all of our sponsors, Fit Meals, Pep-Boys, Magna Loops.
All right, guys, like always,
stay locked in.